and welcome to Sports Nightly. Happy Monday. I'm Claire Dau alongside Alex Wilcox. Alex is holding down the fort this weekend, and you are out for Player of the Week today.
That's right, a very exciting Player of the Week. We had 4 nominees, 4 very good nominees, but there was one clear-cut guy who just stood out above the rest, and he ran away with the polling in this one.
No pun intended. Let's take a look at those polling numbers as voted on by you on the BCSN Sports Twitter. Coming in fourth, we had a cross-the-border Whiteford Shea Ruddy, quite a game against Morinci. He had 8.4% of votes. Brandon Langston coming in with 22.8. Napoleon's Michael Chips finished second with 24.4. But as Alex mentioned, Northwood's Jay Moten just running away with it with 44.4% of the nearly 2,000 votes cast on by you. He is our Week 5 Charlie's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Player of the Week.
Jay, congratulations. Let's pull shake hands. We're going to do it. Charlie's Dodge Player of the Week. He's here. He's here.
Congrats to Jay Moten on being named the Week 5 Player of the Week. If there was ever a kid who earns this award, well, it's got to be him. The Northwood quarterback scored 7 touchdowns in the Rangers' 62-20 win over Eden Friday night. 5 on the ground and 2 came through the air. He also racked up 426 yards of total offense as Northwood clinched the TAC for the 3rd straight year. Now, Jay likes to let his play do the talking, but we were able to get a few words out of him.
I was nominated before, but didn't win, so now I can win and feel good. We work hard. We practice doing that, and we try to make everything sharp and clean during practice so it could transfer to the game, and it was working. Shout out to my linemen for blocking. It wouldn't be possible for me to score first play without getting touched if it wasn't for them.
He's an interesting young man because he's pretty quiet, not very demonstrative. You know, the first game he started, he threw 4 TD passes and a half, and you would have thought that he was half asleep most of the time. He just jogged off the field. One of the coaches even said, "Hey, you're allowed to celebrate. You just had a big pass." See, he's just always been pretty even keel, which is always good to have in a quarterback because you know if things aren't going well, he's able to get everybody back on track, able to keep his composure, and likewise, he doesn't get too full of himself when he does well. In a game like that, you know, talking to him after the game Friday, you never would have known that he had the yards and the touchdowns that he had.
Northwood with another big game this week, taking on Cardinal Stritch. A nice tack battle that you can catch live on the BCSN Now app or on bcsnnation.com. Here's a look at the rest of our matchups. We kick things off a day early with Bowser Scott getting the City League going. And then take a look at all of those games we have coming your way on Friday. Quite a game slate. You could, of course, join us from 7 to 10:30 for Game Day Nation, and then from 10:30 to 11 to catch up on all the highlights for Game Day Nation Overtime. Now, St. Francis is at home taking on Fremont Ross, and the St. Francis Knights won't be the only squad to take the field at the Glass Bowl this fall. On Friday, the Mid-American Conference reversed its decision to play football in the spring and will instead play a shortened schedule kicking off the week of November 4th. The Toledo Rockets are itching to get back to game action after holding their first official practice today.
For a lot of us, all it did was just put a smile on our face. You know, there was a lot of up and down. We didn't really know what it was going to be. So when we found out that, you know, we actually could play, we were just excited, you know, after everything we've been through this year. So just ready to roll.
Got to give our kids a lot of credit because they did stay the course. They came here with a great attitude and gave great effort to whatever workout we put in front of them, whatever obstacles that were in their path, and just tried to keep the main thing, and worry about what they had to do, and that's their responsibilities each and every day. And I give them a lot of credit because that's really hard to do as a 40-year-old man, not alone an 18 to 22-year-old kid. Really trust the leadership of this football team. You know, I think there's some rock-solid seniors here that have been here and been through it. They've seen average seasons, they've seen championship seasons. They know everything in between. So it's been really fun to watch them kind of rally together and stay the course, and everybody's excited now we get a chance to play some football.
It's huge for me. I've been itching to play for quite some time. You know, seeing the good times and the bad times that we had last year, for me personally, it was a roller coaster of emotions for me. Every game that we went through, I wouldn't say jealous or envious or anything. I just wish I could have been out there with the guys. So I'm just excited to be back. I'm happy that I'm back. I feel healthy, so it's very special that I'm able to play this year.
we're probably a little bit farther away, schedule not being announced yet, but we're probably a little bit farther away from a first game schedule or a first game competition date now than we would be in a normal camp setting. So, you're in the low 20s of practices leading into a normal camp or a normal season. I think we're 36 or 7 days away from what a potential game would be from what I've heard. So I think, we have plenty of time to get this right. Obviously there's an invisible enemy out there that we have to handle each and every day, and we still got to do a great job with that. And to our kids' credit, to this point in time, they've done a great job with it. So I think we're getting there. It'll be a work in progress, and we'll get acclimated to what we're supposed to get acclimated to as we progress here.
The MAC's 6-game regular season will feature 3 midweek contests and 3 weekend matchups. UT will play all 5 MAC West squads, with the battle of I-75 between Toledo and Bowling Green filling the 6th spot. Now, the official dates have yet to be released, but the season kicks off the first week of November, with the MAC championship set for the 3rd weekend in December.
Sports Nightly is brought to you by Groganstown Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Nobody treats you better.
With the news of the MAC restarting the football season in November, perhaps no one is more excited than Toledo center Bryce Harris. Harris is entering his 6th year with the Rockets and is coming back from a major knee injury that wiped out his entire 2019 season. Throughout his half a dozen years at UT, he's grown not only as a football player, but as a person. 1 year ago, Bryce Harris had everything right in front of him. The 6'3" center was coming off his 2nd-team All-MAC season, was a team captain, and part of an offense that had led the conference each of the last 2 seasons. He came back for a 5th year hoping to put out better tape and then head to the NFL. Life, though, had other plans. Early in training camp, Harris suffered a knee injury that ended his season before it even began. The injury was devastating, the rehab grueling, but it also taught Bryce something valuable.
We have 24 hours in a day, and we can really maximize every single hour that we have, including sleep, instead of just wasting a lot of time just fooling around. So I think I just learned to maximize my time, and also that it's not always about you.
After recovering, Harris decided to return to the Rockets for a 6th year. Yes, he's heard all the jokes, including many from his own locker room.
We had a meeting the other day where he had to introduce me, and he said 8th year senior, right? So I mean, I get cracked on all the time, but it is what it is. I understand it, I embrace it, and I just look at that as I'm like the grandfather of the team.
The team, though, is thrilled to have him back.
He does pretty much everything right. You think about the guy who's setting the standard on the team for how we all want to be like, and that's the guy who you look up to. That's the guy who everybody tries to be like, because if you're doing it like him, you're doing it right.
Perseverance, strength, maturity. I think maturity is the major word that comes to mind first and foremost. And I think that's a product of great parenting to start out. This guy's got life figured out, and he's a guy that still puts in the work each and every day to make sure that the reward is really, really good.
The extra year in college also allows him to finish his master's degree in counseling, a career path he found a passion for here at Toledo.
I don't want to just be a counselor just to do paperwork and schedule classes, which obviously that's very important, but I also want to be able to impact kids on a daily basis and help them out in whatever best way possible I can.
It also helped focus his priorities. While many college kids spend their spring break partying, Harris decided to settle down and marry his high school sweetheart, Janelle.
I just feel more at peace on a daily basis. I don't know what it is. We've been together for so long, but I don't know, it was something about that marriage and that whole week, just that whole experience, it was so special. I feel like it brought us closer, and I just feel more at peace every day. I feel like some of the little things that used to irritate me on a daily basis, it doesn't get to me anymore.
Eventually, Harris will indeed leave UT. And when he does, he'll walk out with a wife, 2 degrees, 6 years, and no regrets. Alex Wilcox, BCSN.
Sticking with the Rockets, the women's basketball team announced its team captains for the upcoming season. Representing the Rockets, as voted on by the entire team, will be the sophomore trio of Kenesha Lockett, Molly Morgan-Elliott, and Sophia Ward. The 3 were big contributors on last season's 14 and 17 squad that upset their way to the MAC tourney semifinals before the season was canceled. The Rockets will start the conference play on December 30th, with a non-conference slate of games expected to be announced for November and early December.
Well, before we get to basketball season, it's still soccer season. We head out to the pitch next on Sports Nightly for 3 girls soccer games.
Sports Nightly is brought to you by Charlie's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Doing it different, doing it right.
Girls soccer action. Mommy hosting Central Catholic in a non-conference matchup. Central hoping to get things started early in the first half. Irish on the move. They send a through ball up to Megan Fisher, but Fisher whistled for being just offsides, and it remains scoreless. Second half underway now. Megan Fisher again in transition. This time she's met by Panthers goalie Aubrey Hiles, who comes up with the save. Later, Mommy struggling to get the ball under control, and the Irish take advantage. Claire Whipple finds the back of the net to put the Irish up 1-0 with 16 left to play. Last chance here for the Panthers. Less than 30 seconds remaining in regulation. Kelsey Walburn with the corner kick. The ball hangs in the air. Taylor Westrick, the shot on goal, but it's just over the crossbar, and the Irish hold on for the 1-0 victory. BCSN's Tim Clegg has the recap from Kazmaier Stadium.
At Defiance College and has experience playing in the Northern Lakes League. Played her high school soccer at Bowling Green. Here's a through ball, played ahead, staying on sides. Here's an opportunity.
Tack battle tonight in Northwood. The Rangers hosting Toledo Christian. Plenty of solid looks from both sides. Leah Steck tracks it down. Goaltender's way out. Steck with the open net. It's just wide right, and we're still scoreless. Now later, Eagles' Nadia Strayer dribbling through the crowd. She'll get a shot off, but Zoe Turner gets the diving save. Now it'd be scoreless at the end of regulation, so we end in a 0-0 draw. Mason Lowry and Danny Fisher break down the stalemate.
Well, Tack girls soccer out at Northwood tonight, and based on the defending that we saw from both sides, a goalless draw maybe feels about right.
Yeah, I thought, it was obviously difficult circumstances of rain just before the game, made the field a little bit difficult to play on as well. But there was chances in there. I thought for Toledo Christian, Tatum Stray was outstanding at the back as well. The threat for Northwood was always going to be Autumn Schroeder or Cassidy as well in there as well, who did really well. But, I think on reflection, Northwood may be a little bit disappointed. They didn't win the game. Toledo Christian missing 2 big players. I think we'll be quite happy with that.
Northwood created the better chances than Toledo Christian did throughout the night. Tori Romstedt could have scored twice in the second half. Autumn Schroeder, who you mentioned, had a terrific volley from a corner, cleared off the line in the second half as well. Aubrey Lavalette went just wide late in the second half for Toledo Christian, a game that would have won it with about 10 minutes left. Toledo Christian, you mentioned they were without a couple of their heavy hitters tonight. They had a very short bench of just 2 players. Acquitted themselves well, I thought, overall.
They did, yeah. I thought they worked hard, that their shape looked good. They put themselves in good positions to defend. Always thought they were going to be pretty good on the break, and a couple of times they got forward, they created a couple of really good chances. But I thought they were organised. They worked hard, they tackled. So that they'll be really happy with that result tonight.
I'm sure you're right. Goalless draw tonight at Northwood between the Rangers and Toledo Christian. Back to you.
Thank you, guys. More soccer. Ottawa Hills on the road taking on Cardinal Stritch. First half. Ella Berzenweg with the nice through ball ahead to Sophia Clausen. She lines up the shot, keeps it on the ground, and gets the score. Green Bears with an early 3-0 lead. Ottawa Hills kept up the offensive pressure. Just 22 seconds later, Ava Fry with the pass to Clausen lasers this one in for the score, and just like that, it's 4-0. Clausen having herself a game. They're on their own from there. Green Bears pushing the ball up the pitch. Erin Wilmore with the shot on net. Nice save, though, by the Cardinals keeper. This Green Bears offense just kept attacking. A few minutes later, Wilmore again, shot on net, ball bounces out in front, but Wilmore's there to clean it up. Green Bears get the 7-0 shutout win. As a team, everyone seems to be on the same page for Ottawa Hills.
I think just the possession and passing around and talking and winning the ball out of the air.
I think defense and offense did great. Positioning was good. Everyone was in their correct positions, meaning passing. That went along with possession, so I think we all did good with that.
Rivalry week. Say it 4 times fast. I can't do it.
Rivalry. It's a tough word, yeah.
It's difficult. So teams that like to play each other are playing this week.
Better, yeah.
Tomorrow, it kicks off with Northview Southview boys soccer up in Sylvania, and we'll have that game and highlights tomorrow night on Sports
Battle
Nightly.
of the Sylvania schools, definitely always a lot of intrigue in there. Yeah, absolutely.
Because they grow up playing together, you know.
Exactly.
So and then when they go out to college, high school, it is Monday, everyone. We better throw it to break.
Let's do that.
Sports Nightly is coming up, and when we return, my favorite part of Monday, getting me through all the bumbles, it is top 5 plays of the week.
Sports Nightly on BCSN is presented by Midas Auto Service and Tires. We're always a touch better.
Welcome back to Sports Nightly. It's Alex and I's favorite part of any Monday, your top 5 plays of the week. Don't complain to us if you don't like the plays. At Jason Ozenbaugh, our director.
Right.
Hit him up on Twitter.
All direct messages go to Jason.
He'll love it. Now this week, these top 5 plays of the week is brought to you by Midas. They'll tell you what needs fixing now and what can wait. Trust the Midas touch. Let's take a look. Coming in at number 5, we go to the Battle of Route 25, Perrysburg and Bowling Green. Christian Golgan with the pass to Aiden Pratt. Perfect location, one of their 2 touchdown connections on the night. Perrysburg went on to get the 49-14 win.
Instinct. You've got to want it more than the other team, and you've got to want to kill their will.
Golgan, maybe this will kill their will. You bet. Aiden Pratt touchdown. Christian Golgan put that on a plate for him.
Coming in at number 4, we head out to Southview and Springfield. Cougars with the handoff to Nick Harshman, who finds a gap and he takes off. It's a foot race from there. He goes 80 yards to the house. What a run by the senior Cougar for the touchdown.
4 receivers with Harshman in the backfield. And it is Nick Harshman up the middle. He goes right through. He's across the 40. He's across midfield. Will anyone catch him? 30, 20, 10. Touchdown Cougars. 80-yard touchdown run for Nick Harshman.
For number 3, we head to the pitch. Northview and Springfield. Ball passed up to Cece Lutz. Check out the score. Wasn't even looking at the goal when she shot it. Great goal for number 3.
Try to build that at a young age, so it is tough to get to a high school age where these kids know.
Oh, marvelous! Cece Lutz.
Number 2, we head north of the state line. Michigan high school football. Whiteford taking on Morency. Morency looking for the 2-point conversion to tie up the game, and the Bobcats defense comes up big. They get the stop to seal the victory.
Stover backing up. They don't appear to be on the same page, but they can't call timeout. They give it to Mansfield, and he's stacked up about a yard short of the goal line. The Whiteford defense comes up big again.
For our number 1 play of the week, Northview taking on Napoleon. Wildcats with the give to Aiden Schmidt. Right up the middle, looks like he's stopped, but somehow miraculously keeps driving his feet, gets away from the pile and takes off down the sideline for the score. An impressive run for our number 1 play of the week.
First down play. He's going to turn and hand it off to Aiden Schmidt up the middle. Had success early. Napoleon stood him up. Oh no, he breaks free. Schmidt down the near sideline. He was never tackled and he will score. Touchdown Northview. A 48-yard touchdown run.
What an incredible run there. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. And I loved the call too. Mm-hmm. You know, he's about to move on to the next play.
Yeah, because you think he's down. It looks like he's down.
And then all of a sudden there he is taking off for the touchdown. Yeah. Top 5 plays, one of our favorite segments every single week. And it's brought to you by Midas. From brakes to tires to oil to everything. Trust the Midas touch. Sports Nightly, we'll be right back.
Coming up this Friday night and Thursday, we have a full slate of high school football games. City League football kicks off on Thursday with that Bowser-Scott matchup. And then look at that list, Alex, for Friday.
That is a very impressive lineup. By the way, week 6, this is the last week of the regular season. All of these guys, well, except for maybe some of the City League schools, but they're all getting ready for playoffs the week after.
I know, we got you covered on Game Day Nation starting on Friday. And a quick note, Tampa Bay beat the Stars 2-0 in Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Finals, making former Walleye head coach Derek Lalonde a Stanley Cup winner. Congrats to him and everybody else. Have a good night.